Emily? It's me, Bernard. Emily? She barely recognized me when she saw me, let alone just hearing my voice. That's when the disease really took hold of her. I brought you some things I think you're really gonna like. I had hoped that when she saw her illustrations from the past, it would bring her to the present and I could win against her disease. They're from when you worked with me on my novel. Remember? But so far, the disease was winning. I'd hoped these pencils could have stirred up some memories, but sadly they never did. Honestly, looking at that picture brought me more pain than joy. I would have given anything to get back to those days. Remember when my editor saw your illustrations for the first time? My editor, Liam, was floored. He said he couldn't even speak. Not a word. That's right. When his jaw came up from the floor, he just stood there, nodded at me, and that was that. Remember? I hope you remember. The sound of Emily's wheelchair would forever be in my dreams from that point on. Not sure if it made them better or haunted them. You would have loved Liam, Emily. Between you and him, I don't know that I'd be where I am today. No, I wouldn't. King's Upheaval, my second book. I was too embarrassed to ask her for help with the first. It was her idea to help me with this one anyway. I still don't think I would have had the courage. Her landscapes were breathtaking. The tiny jewels filled with so much detail. It was as if I was really there. I could almost talk to my characters. That's what Emily could do with the pencil. It was nothing short of magic. But then, she disappeared. From my life, from her family, everyone close to her. We knew it was some illness and a terrible one at that. But it was like someone or something had taken her hostage, but without a ransom note, as if nothing I could do would bring her back to me. Liam was disappointed with my next novel, as were the critics, but I didn't care. It was the least of my concerns at that stage. I'd written something simple. I told Liam I was doing it to be different, but really, I was doing it for her. The entire story took place out at sea, with only one character. In hindsight, he reflected everything I felt at that time. That character carried a weight I'd been clinging on to for a long time. My suffering was no comparison to what Emily was doing. I just could only witness it from afar. Her hands had given way to the disease. But I couldn't stop believing that there was still magic within her. So, I set my story at sea. Nothing complicated. But I guess it was too much for her to draw. Still, she barely drew a line before she went to the hospital. Then, everything fell quiet. There was no scratch of the pencil, no laughter, no sound of the kite breaking. That was the last time I wrote anything. I was at the hospital every day. I tried to write, but I didn't feel joy when I did. The only small pockets of joy that emerged were when Emily would respond to something, even if it was little. When a nod, a slight sigh, or a movement of even the smallest finger occurred. I had my friend back, as if for the first time, over and over. I cherished those moments as if it were a means of bringing her back to me. That if I held onto those moments, I could save them for her and give them back little by little until she healed. But moments aren't the same as medicine. The medicine Emily needed hadn't been invented, so the doctors said all we had to do was wait. Emily! Waiting didn't stop us from enjoying those last few moments together. In fact, it made it almost peaceful. Every time I was with her, I embraced it, just as she would. It's where we met, Emily, flying the kite. Seeing the little spark in her eyes told me that she was going to be okay whenever I thought she wasn't. I realized in those final days I really didn't have to do anything except be her friend, and that was enough. Emily taught me that. At the end of the day, I think what breaks my heart the most is that we never got to say goodbye to each other. Without so much as a warning, she started to slip away. But it's okay. I know that my words and feelings were able to reach her heart, and I'm happy with that. No, it wasn't. Lily would arrive at any moment. She was just trying to scare us. She wouldn't have missed it. Diandra's diner. We'll wait.